Okay.
And I'll make it short. Myron had a hot rod, and he used to let me take it to the high school. And before I could go, he had to show me everything that the guys would do to try to mess it up so I couldn't start it. And that was a lot of fun. He and Severt ran those boys with a strong hand, which is good. I mean, you know, and the other thing, they had a lot of excitement. I mean, they had an airplane that they lent out to a fraternity brother, and comes in, you got to slip it. He didn't slip it. He hit the wires and gunned it just at the last minute and ended up about this far from the chicken coop. And his wife probably never flew again. But, you know, I really, really still miss my husband. I had 3 children by him, and 2 of them are still living. And one lives at Umpqua on the ranch because she said, I'm not selling my dad's ranch. And she bonded to him, I think, in the 7 months that she was alive before his accident. But, you know, I'm so thankful that you guys are doing this out here, and I've got to get out. I have come up here many times. I read the plaque, I walk around, but I haven't really walked any trails. Are they marked, or do I need to get one of you guys to come out and meet me?
I'll take you.
On some trails,
Yeah,
because
we'll take you.
Bunny, my care provider, she was fortunate. She was able to drive me out here today, and it really makes it nice. And I think she might like to come back, because I would like to wander down and look.
See the
We can
creek.
do it today. We can do
Beautiful.
it.
Down here, my son took some pictures that were fabulous. I don't know if anybody's been down there.
Yes.
But I guess I can't think of anything else. But other than Severt was a great guy, and I felt very sorry for my mother-in-law because she lost her son and her husband the same year, 1961. And thank God I had 3 children because that's what she lived for until Roger and Mary died. And they were killed up in Canada in a small plane. And she got the kids. And so they've lived with Mrs. Iverson and my daughter. My daughter helped raise them, Nancy, and the one that lives at Umpqua now.
Do you know any more about why Thelma wanted to gift or sell this park to the county?
Well, if it was done in 66, I think they just had this extra land, and she wanted to preserve it probably. They own, my son and my nephew own the ranch just down here around a couple curves. They have timber on their property, and they haven't cut it but once. But I think they just wanted, that's the type of people they were. I have to say I had no idea the money that family had. I didn't care, you know, just give me food and whatever I need. And but I had 3 lovely children. I lost my oldest daughter in '88, and it's been hard for me, especially losing Myron and then my daughter. So, but life goes on.
Well, we're so happy you're here today.
Thank you. I can't believe how beautiful it is out here today. We are very lucky.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much. Rocky or Jerry, you guys have anything to say?
So I'm the incoming county commissioner. You know, I'll be starting in January, and I've been as involved as I possibly can with the parks, and I think it's probably one of the the diamonds in the rough that we have in our county. I think we're so fortunate and so lucky to have it. And I'm going to try and preserve the trees that we have in our parks to the best of my ability as long as I can, because I don't want to see this beauty go away. But I also want everybody to know that we do have properties in the county that we are going to actively log that are not parks, and I want to make sure that the parks that we're using, stay as parks. So that's what I'm committed to do. I was really proud of Knipe, the Friends of Knipes, when they talked about logging. They went out and they raised the money themselves, and I think that as we have our own budget woes, we're going to have to rely more on the people and more on volunteers, and I'm 100% with that. I was actually really proud of the people who stepped up and offered to do some of the mulching, up here at the park up above. I'm sorry that didn't happen, but that's the kind of volunteerism that I believe that we need to have in our county, and I think that'll make us stronger. And probably the last thing I'll say is that the city back about 15 years ago did a study, and they looked at all of the all of the great assets that they had in the city, and parks was the number 2 on their list. And I believe that's the same. Safety was the first, that was the police, and I believe our sheriff's deputies, that's number 1, but I believe number 2 is our parks. And I'm going to do everything in my power to preserve that, and that's why I'm here, that's why Rocky's here right now, and I just thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you for